Hi, folks. Welcome to We Be Fishing, the viewable podcast version right here on YouTube. That's a spin-off version of the B&T Catfishing Adventures channel. We're glad you joined us today. Basically, we're bringing a short video to you and talking about, basically, this is public service announcement. And we're going to be talking about safety. Now, as fishermen, especially, if you're on the boat, we try and think about things to be safe. Sometimes we bring first aid kits and things like that. Some boats that may be required on, and other things. Now, a lot of times we think in safety, we're thinking we're going to get our life jackets on, which required by law, or at least to have them in the boat. We also have our flotation devices that we can possibly pitch out to somebody that's in trouble if they fall overboard. Now, again, there's so many other things. Now, what has really brought this to my attention, and I've been thinking about it for a while, but this really kicked it off the other day when we lost a young man, a fisherman, a 21-year-old fisherman, in a boating accident the other day. It was from Kentucky, as he was out pre-fishing with his team for a tournament coming up the next day. And, it really hits home, especially, him being a Kentucky fisherman for me, to think about all the potential dangers out there on the water or when we're out. Even, just like bank fishermen and stuff, there's certain trouble that could happen while out there fishing just from the bank, folks, to be honest. But, a lot of times these are occurring on a boat, and more often than not, and we have trouble. Now, you can have trouble with your motor dying and this and that and all that. Now, that doesn't always necessarily put you in danger, but it depends on where you're at and how long you're out there, possibly in the hot sun beating down on you and so on and so forth. But, we got to make sure we have our lights working on our boat. As mentioned earlier, our life jacket and flotation devices. Other things that are required on the boat, other than, your fire extinguisher and things of that nature, could be a whistle, and you may be even required to have a horn on your boat or an air horn on your boat ready to go if needed as well. Now, the thing is, a lot of times we look at things and we look at the specific things that are requirements that we have to have due to enforcement by our Department of Natural Resources or Fish and Wildlife. So a lot of times people do the bare minimum right there and they're done, right? But, again, we need to step it up, folks, because accidents are that. They happen, and they happen when you least expect them, and they can happen to any one of us. I don't want to lose any of my viewers out there or anybody that just listens to our podcast. I thought today that I would do this in the We Be Fishing show because, again, it's a more of a podcast, a viewable podcast. But, maybe people out there listening to it while they're driving down the road in their car. So we're not showing as many things on screen for you to need to look at. You can just listen to this. But as I thought about all the different things for safety, I went on and picked something up the other day, and I've spoken to you folks about it before. And, it is a marine band radio. That's right. Now, a lot of times we say, well, we have cell phones on board. Well, that's great. And it's wonderful to have you a cell phone. However, I bet some of the people watching this show today have lost a cell phone overboard, right? It's gone, right? And that could be part of the accident. When an accident happens, if you got, for instance, hit by something, an obstruction in the water, you fell out of the boat, your phone that was maybe in your pocket is now damaged due to the water and it's not working. You need some way to contact people if now there is structural damage to your boat and you are potentially sinking or stuck right there. All right, you need another form of communications to get you help, right? So there you go. That's where this comes into play right here. Now, also, it's not just for your safety. By having a marine band radio, now again, you can have those mounted versions, the expensive ones on your vehicle, or you can go to handheld versions that are much less expensive, and people like myself or whatever, people in small skiffs or john boats, you can have these and just have it right there with your tackle box and so on and so forth. Now, you can listen to the main marine band there right there in Coast Guard version. You can get, travel up many different vans or have it scanned. So you're listening for other people that may be in trouble. Now, this could be somebody that's just run out of gas out there or some other minor motor issue that needs towing in. All right. If you have one of these, you might be able to be there for somebody in need. But it could be that their situation is much more dire and they need some help and they need it quickly. All right. A lot of people don't a lot of people don't carry radios on board. And like I said, cell phones die, they get wet, so on and so forth. Especially if an accident occurs with the boat. They can go overboard or get wet and damaged. Again, it's good to have something backing up that. Now, this can get you in contact with the Coast Guard or other boats or vessels near you or local marinas and stuff that also monitor the radio there for people in trouble. Now, the other good feature about these things is right here. And I can go quickly and just switch this over. And he said quickly. All right. And if you didn't hit the wrong button.
15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 30 miles an hour.
That's right. So,
tonight, mostly
instant weather channel. You see something coming up in the sky. You see some clouds. You see some bad things. You hear some rumbling or potential. And maybe you check the weather prior to even going out. But sometimes storms come out of nowhere. And it's good to have. Just to click this over real quick and get the update on what's going on out there, all right, and what potential dangers could be coming as far as weather related, all right. Depending on where you live, it could be a doozy, folks. Just saying. So again, just want to bring this to you. Again, we have our lights, our flotation devices, our whistles, our horns, our first aid kits. All that's wonderful. Think about purchasing a marine band radio to have on your boat. This could not only help you, but it could save the life also of someone else. Folks, thanks so much for watching the show and listening to me. And we definitely appreciate it. And we do want all of you to stay safe out there on the water. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And again, if you do so, you get not only We Be Fishing, but the B&T Catfishing Adventure Show as well. Thank you so much. Again, be sure to share this. Give us a thumbs up too if you believe people should be safer out there on the water. Folks, we'll see you next time right back here at We Be Fishing.